This is a video for Andrew Schulz in response to him saying that when he voted for Trump, he didn't vote for this because Trump said that. Andrew Schulz is one of these guys like Andrew Tate, Elon Musk, Jordan Peterson, Joe Rogan, who's desperate to cloak themselves in the label of masculine, that being a real man is something they're very insecure about. They don't know what it is to simply be oneself without worrying so much what the world thinks and says about them. And I'm going to use that language because that is the language of their tribe. So Andrew, when I say that you're a pathetic little boy, what I mean is this. First of all, you sit in a room with 3 grown men on a couch, sycophantically laughing at relatively stupid things you say. I don't think that makes you a man. On top of which, here's what being a real man is, Andrew. Here's what masculinity is. And it just so happens that masculinity is the exact same thing as femininity. It just so happens that being a real man is the exact same thing as being a real woman, is the exact same thing as being a real anything on that spectrum wherever one finds oneself. To be a real adult, a real empowered human, to find your own self-empowerment is to acknowledge, accept, and choose that your words, actions, choices, intents have consequences. That in this plane of reality, what you do and what you neglect to do are your responsibility. That is being a fully empowered human being, what you would like to call a real man. So when I see you on the couch slinking and sliding and dodging and saying, I don't take responsibility for my actions. Donald Trump said this. How could I know? I'm not going to let you do it because you said you wanted to be a man, Andrew. And I find you to be a pathetic little boy. Here's why. You say Donald Trump said, well, in 2016, Donald Trump said that he would release his taxes. Did he? No, he lied. In 2016, Donald Trump said he would build a wall with Mexico and Mexico would pay for it. Did he do it? No, he lied. During his term, he promised a health care bill. Did he do it? No, he lied. During his first term, he promised an infrastructure bill. Did he do it? No, he lied. He said he didn't have anything to do with Stormy Daniels. Then it was proven that he had an affair with her and paid to cover it up. He lied. In 2014, Russia invaded Ukraine and Crimea. Trump was president during the war. Did he stop the war then? No, not only that, but he was impeached for illegally stopping congressional aid that would have helped Ukraine fight the war. So no, he was not going to stop the war in one day. And we knew that because it was proven. You say you wanted him to cut the deficit. Donald Trump in his first term ballooned the deficit more than anybody in modern American history. So no, he was not going to do that. You say Donald Trump, well, at least he's being good on immigration. Legally, Joe Biden deported 4 million people. Donald Trump, 1.7 million his term. Joe Biden was much tougher on immigration than Donald Trump. So no, he's not even better on immigration. And now let's talk about this Epstein list. You say you're not going to let go because Donald Trump said that he would release the Epstein list and you're a real man, so you believed him. You didn't consider the fact that Donald Trump is convicted of 34 felonies for libel regarding sexual assault. You didn't consider the fact that Donald Trump is on the Epstein flight logs. You didn't consider the fact that Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein are photographed and videoed together for years, that Epstein said that Donald Trump was his best friend. You didn't consider the fact that Donald Trump is named by one of Epstein's assailants as another assailant in court documents. You didn't consider the fact that the man that let Jeffrey Epstein off the first time with a sweetheart plea deal that he didn't even tell the victims, that Donald Trump promoted him to Secretary of Labor. You don't consider the fact that Donald Trump made Attorney General the man whose father first hired Epstein. You don't consider the fact that Donald Trump made Howard Lutnick, Jeffrey Epstein's neighbor, the Commerce Secretary now. You don't consider the fact of all those connections or Donald Trump's court-proven misdeeds in sexual assault. That didn't cross your mind that, well, maybe I shouldn't believe him about Epstein. You don't get to hide from the truth, Andrew, when you're a real man. Donald Trump lied for 8 years. We have the receipts. It was proven, and we were all telling you. So no, it's not true that you didn't know what Donald Trump would do. We told you exactly what he'd do because he did it. You chose, big man, what is happening right now because you wanted to feel tough and masculine, that you don't have to care what other people think because Donald Trump, I just do whatever he says. You're a goddamn fool, Andrew. And this is one man who is never, ever going to see you as anything but a pathetic little boy until the day you own up to the fact that you chose to be deceived and you take some responsibility for your actions. Man up.